Hi everyone, I have a very quick rose that's easy and very simple for beginners. I want it to look like those little roses that you find on, for instance, the paper that you line your drawers with. Easy, beautiful, old, classic and fun. Not too much detail, just easy, simple, quick lines and shapes. And I start with some sap green mixed with a bit of yellow. This is the nickel Azo Yellow, but you can use lemon yellow, so use any yellow, it doesn't matter. And this is the permanent rose that I have. So I'm going to mix that with a touch of this yellow. Gives it a beautiful, soft muted pink. Just simple lines. You'll see it will all come together later. It looks a bit funny now. Just quick brush strokes. I want to create those little petals but very loose. And this will not be like my normal roses that I paint. This is just a quick, loose, simple watercolor rose. That's a bit too much yellow. I'm just going to mix a bit more of the pink in. And the bottom petals, very wiggly. There's not going to be many petals as well. I wanted to keep simple, so it's going to be a loose open rose petal, those beautiful ones that you find on hedges near a gate. Those romantic roses that are years and years and years old. That's how I want to paint these. And I still want to keep this under 10 minutes. Because like I said, I don't always have time to paint for an hour or 2 hours. I have to edit a lot of videos, I have to work, and so there's quite a lot of things happening during the day. So when you have your 10 minutes and you really just want to take a break from everything, this is what I do, and I just sit down and I just quickly create a beautiful loose painting. And you know what, even if it doesn't turn out great either, you just accept it and you move on and you paint it again next time. That's also fine. So some of these little leaves, just quick brush strokes. This is the Raphael brush. It's a number 1, and then I just flatten those little brush hairs and I just move it to create those little tips on the rose leaves, just a few. Now we'll go in and darken some of the sections again. For this rose, I want to keep the colors quite muted, so there's not going to be too many dark layered paint layers that I can normally paint. For instance, the sweet peas that I painted. These are the roses or flowers that I normally paint on a little card or a bookmark for someone, and I keep them in a box. And if I have to quickly find a little card, this is the type of card or bookmark that I will give someone. And sometimes I give a bookmark as a card for someone. It is very special. Just darkening a few little parts on their leaves. And then I soften those lines with some clean water. I want to darken some of the petals. And then I'll just soften them a little bit later. Or maybe I'm going to leave that one. I quite like that. So just darken the edges. A little bit of a dark section there. And then some there. The color is quite dark now compared to the beginning, where I just dropped in the color first, or I started with the petals. And then these are some of the roses that I normally paint in watercolor. Now I can easily go over and over and just create this beautiful realistic rose like I normally paint. But like I said, I only have 10 minutes today to paint this rose. I have a lot of stuff that I have to do, but I do want to paint. I really feel like it relaxes me and it just takes my mind off everything, and this is when I just have that a little bit of time, even though everyone is waiting for me. Just quickly going to paint this, and after I painted these little roses, or for instance just a loose little watercolor painting, I feel relaxed and I can start my day again. And honestly, if you're new to watercolors, you know those paints that you stacked away for your children that they have for school, just get that out and just paint. It relaxes you. You don't have to paint something realistic. You don't have to be able to draw. It's just taking a brush with watercolor and paper and just adding something on there, even doodles. It's fun. So those are the thorns. They're not perfect, but we're just suggesting thorns. Want a bit more of the yellow there in the center. In the next video, I'll talk more about the paper that I bought for this rose painting. This is a book, and I can keep it for future reference, and I can use it. I can even tear it out and use it as a little bookmark for a card for someone. So that is exactly what I will be doing. Just wanted to darken the center a little bit, so I just use a very small brush, just here and there. Still want it very loose, not too much detail. And then I just lift out some of the highlights with my brush. So I just wet my brush and then go over that center section and wipe it on a tissue paper. Some more darker yellow. I think I need a darker color, so I'm going to mix some of this umber in just to add a bit of texture and detail in the center of this rose. If you want to follow along and you want to see some more loose videos, then subscribe and press the bell button, and I will mention all the supplies that I use below. Just press on the more to see all of the detail that I'm added at the bottom in the description below. I will see you with some more tutorials very soon.